you bring enough for the class?
I have more, but they're not cooked.
By the way, we are now streaming.
Hello.
Hi.
Past me.
Indeed.
Greetings and salute.
I think you're talking to your future self, though, because the past you will never hear this.
Yeah,
Not
I messed
yet.
that up again.
Anyway, could we have the Destiny roll? Roll your
Indeed.
force die, everybody, and tell me how many dark sides I get to put on the table this time.
Now, if I do recall, you had told me to remind you from last week that we get an extra 2 light side points because I did the force theme on the kazoo whenever Blumbles opened or turned on his lightsaber.
Noted.
One dark side.
1 dark side. Man.
One dark side.
Also, one dark side.
I don't remember the last time I rolled light side ever, honestly.
We rolled light side last time, but it honestly felt like bad luck, honestly, at this point. It feels like if we're not all dark side, then it's bad luck.
Hey, we have 2 light side thanks to Cody.
Woohoo!
Thank the kazoo master.
Hank the kazoo.
May the kazoo be with you.
I just picture Bortuna sitting right outside Blumble's bedroom when he ignites his lightsaber.
Blumbles is like, what is that noise?
It's quite literally Bortuna just got the 2 ends of the Leku jammed in his mouth and he's just using it like a weed whistle.
Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly.
I have a better no-touch zone for this card you told me not to touch.
Good. Alright. Arden,
Yes.
would you please give me a piloting check? Because at this point in time, I believe it is time to get our butts off the planet.
Yep.
With people not shooting at us for once.
It'll change soon.
Well, okay, great.
Difficulty?
Dude, let's go 1 difficulty. I mean, let's be honest. You're just taking off and leaving, hopefully. I mean, everything seems to be cleared with everybody at this point in time, so.
Are you serious? 4 advantage.
Cypress thinks.
It takes you a little bit longer than typical, but you eventually, get up off and out the planet. There is an old crate still strapped to the bottom of the ship. It seems to be clinging there for some god awful reason. Little extra weight. You start pulling up through the atmosphere, and eventually it rocks itself, frees itself, and heads down.
Crashes into a guy's cabbage stand.
Possibly.
My cabbages!
Well, did we ever pay for those destroyed crates?
Probably not.
Making a note.
Great.
Yep, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Well, nobody came checking, so you guys didn't go checking, so.
Let's hope they were insured.
They just. You never saw us kind of a moment, you know? Give me an astrogation check, sir.
Astrogation.
I gotta pull out the beta map and.
Difficulty?
You should have some pretty decent data, so I'd say 2. That's better.
Nice.
2 success, 2 advantage.
Yes. You successfully get a plot course from Iskalon to Tatooine. I would say with your advantages, you shave a little bit of time off of it. So instead of being like a 4-hour journey, it's a 3. Nothing great, nothing terrible.
Nice.
Does anybody want to do anything in hyperspace?
Hmm.
Bumbles
good
is just in his cabin making
Where?
noises.
Bortuna, where are we going at Tatooine?
What?
Where are we taking the cargo on Tatooine?
Oh, yeah. Let me consult my notes here on this. I think it's a data pad I received.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Let me look.
I was expecting you to bust out like a Reese's cup wrapper, you know, and hope. The data pad says Maz Espa.
Maz Espa.
Okay.
Do you know where that's at?
Yes.
Wait, really?
Somehow I don't believe him.
Okay, wise guy. Is it on the north side or the south side? Hemisphere, I mean.
Why do you gotta ask me questions?
Yeah. I'm sitting here waiting because I'm trying to see what type of bullshit you come up with.
It's right next to a space Denny's, isn't it?
Well, technically, yes, but...
I mean, you just described half of Tatooine.
No, the other half is just desert.
With boss fights.
You come out of hyperspace around Tatooine. There's
Yay.
minimal Imperial presence that you can tell orbiting. This is kind of backwater, obviously. If you want to give me a computer check at 2 difficulty, we'll see if there's anything in the region.
Blue.
Sorry.
So. Ooh.
2 failures, 3 advantage.
Your scanners do pick up a Star Destroyer, but it is on the far side of the planet.
Ooh.
Hey, Arden.
Yes.
What's the big red dot on the map?
A Star Destroyer.
Oh. Oh. Should we be worried about that?
As long as we stay out of the way, we should be fine.
Okay, let's do that. I like that idea. That's a great idea. Let's stay out of the way.
This is probably when Blumbles comes up, having long since sheathed the lightsaber. And left it in his cabin. He comes up. The Tatooine. Been a hot minute since I've been here.
Get hot. Blumbles, you kill me. I'm gonna get a load of this guy.
Blumbles just looks at him confused.
Hot, because it's a... just forget it.
Noted. Blumbles will squeeze his way in. Just lean against the the ship wall here.
Map's bigger than I expected. Arden, give me a piloting check one more time. Let's go with 2 difficulty. We'll say that re-entry is a little bit harder than leaving.
Uh, 5 success, 2 threat.
Nice.
Well, you easily make your way, down, but We're gonna save those two two threats for later.
Oh.
Mm.
You were.
Jeez.
I told you it was bigger than I was expecting it to be. It was just.
Oh gosh, why do I feel this sudden heavy weight?
It'd be better if you
Wanna
turned
move
it
those guys out
horizontally.
from underneath.
Oh yeah. Woo!
Grazie. I might have been able to turn the board, but honestly, I don't think it would have helped. You're going to land on the outside area of town at one of the fairly regularly spaced out landing pads at the starport. And your little contact pad tells you, Bortuna, that your contact's going to be at a cantina over this way. You'll be coming in from this direction. Who, what, how many, etc.
By the way, this is out of, I guess off topic, but those cards we weren't supposed to flip over, do we flip them over or do we leave them flipped?
You can flip yours. I don't want him touching his yet.
Okay.
Blumble specifically.
Oh, good. I can keep my no touch zone.
Yes, you can keep your no touch zone.
Woo.
Your virginity stays intact.
Nice.
Cool.
So glad that everybody's happy with that decision I just made. Alright, we're gonna put some patrons at the bar.
So we're coming from this way.
Correct.
Okay.
Nice. Ooh, this one has hexes on it. Well, not hexes, but squares. Grids. Ooh.
What's the blue ones?
That's a secret tool for later.
Are they the guards?
Yes.
Okay.
My wife is reading story to her daughter, and I'm hearing them in the background. Alright. Who's going? Who's
Me.
Blumbles will definitely tag along as well.
Probably everybody, right? Except maybe Arden.
I don't know. I'll go this time.
Yeah, you guys can't be trusted at this point. Let's be honest.
What? I don't. What?
Before we do go, what equipment are we taking, everybody? Definitely leaving the lightsaber behind. Don't worry about that.
I'm taking everything that I always take.
All right. I'm shouldering my bowcaster and keeping my brass knuckles.
Alright, question for you.
Hmm.
Specifically Blumbles.
Yes.
You are leaving the saber on the ship specifically, and not storing the saber in the bowcaster, correct?
Probably make more sense just put it in the bowcaster.
Yeah, actually, I think I'll just put it in the bowcaster.
Well,
Just in case.
now that you know the trick of the compartment, yes, it's fairly quick and easy.
Nice.
So.
I shall do that indeed. Arden hasn't been off the ship in a while. What can you take, Arden?
What am I going to take? I want to take this. I want to take one of our emergency survival med packs.
Nice.
I'm going to take my inventory.
Chabba.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave one of those comm links on the ship.
Did you ever finish your surprise?
I did. More than likely, as they're exiting the ship, Blumbles would look over to Bortuna and be like, "Hey, Bortuna, come here."
Holy shit,
Huh?
Blumbles is now speaking with a New York accent.
Chabba the Human.
Oh no, so we're back to the Chabba Blumbles mix-up.
Did I do the thing again?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can't. I didn't even know. I didn't pick up on it. Chabba would say that.
What's up?
Just come here. Come here.
Okay.
Lean down. Lean down. Lean down.
I'm leaning. I can't lean any further. My legs
Close
just literally.
your eyes. Close your eyes.
I can't.
Hold out your hand.
I ended up in a womp rat nest one time because of this, but okay.
I don't think there's any. Well, I mean, we're on Tatooine, so womp rat. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. No point.
Okay.
And as you close your eyes and hold out your hand, Chabba puts something spherical and metallic in your hand. All right, now open your eyes.
What is this?
In your hand. You want to describe it to him, Cypress, or you want me to describe it?
In your hand is about a baseball-sized spheroid. It feels and it looks like a familiar friend of yours, except this one has red paint instead of blue.
Meet Patricia. Found him on that other planet we was on. Her. Found her.
Come here, you little. I don't. You're not a reptile, and you're not really a mammal. I don't really know what you are.
What I am. Just yeah.
Come here. I embrace him.
Yeah, give him a hug back. Know how much you missed him, so I got this one for you.
You have just replaced Arden as my BFF.
Good to know.
Arden, give me a perception check.
That episode.
Okay.
Let's go with one difficulty. 'Cause I don't think these guys are being super quiet right now.
2 success, 1 advantage.
You have just overheard, Bortuna just, not loudly but proudly exclaim that you've been replaced with Chabba as BFF of Bortuna.
Okay, I see how it is.
Oh man.
Next time I save you while you're in the vacuum of space.
Alright, now let's get going.
Yeah, just gonna tuck this away into my little satchel here. Oh, I love you, Patricia. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever met. Right after Jimichi, of course.
Oh my
Wasn't that
god,
one
I can't believe we're on
sleeper?
Tatooine.
What the?
He has me for something good.
Did you guys hear that?
What?
I-
Picking up my ear, sorry. What?
I'm hearing something. All right.
You hear the thing?
What?
They say that Tatooine is haunted, Haunted by the ghosts of sand people and Jawas.
Who's
Might be
the guy
what it
we're
is.
supposed to meet?
Hell, I don't know. I didn't take down his name.
Let me check my data pad. Tap, 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 tap.
You're looking for an Ugnaught.
We're looking for an Una Oot. Una Oot?
Who the hell?
Yeah. Can you read this, Blumbles?
I leaned down. An Ugnaught.
What the heck is an Ugnaught?
The heck is an Ugnaught?
I have spoken.
Yes. That's what an Ugnaught is.
I figured that was
they-
the easiest way to explain it, so.
What?
They basically look like
The little workers from Cloud City in Empire Strikes Back.
They're like pig dwarfs, is what they are, basically.
yeah, I was about to say dwarves, but they have orc faces.
Pork faces, not orc faces.
Pork, yes.
As you
Yeah,
guys-
short little guy. Found him in the canteen. Sorry.
It's okay. As you guys make your way from the ship into town, it's fairly well populated for a city on Tatooine. Numbers probably in a few thousand. People coming and going. There's the occasional Imperial wandering around. A couple, 3 stormtroopers in a group. They don't seem to be harassing anybody in particular, but they are noticeable.
Keep your witch about you, boys.
Yeah, let's try to keep our nose clean unless absolutely necessary.
Oh no, why don't we just shoot them all like we do every time?
That's a
Okay.
terrible idea. Why would you do that?
Chaba draws his rifle.
No.
Just that.
Blumbles draws his bowcaster.
Is this what it's like to be around me?
Blumbles
No.
just laughs and puts his shoulders his bowcaster again.
Chaba just kind of wipes some sand off of his gun. But it's just cleaning it.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go get a drink. I'm parched.
Finally, a place that serves Jawa juice, hopefully.
I don't need the token. As the four of you make your way into said bar, you do encounter a Trandoshan off on the side as you guys enter. He looks at all of you, looks at the Jawa, and is like, "No trouble."
No promises. I mean, no problem.
He just kind of squints at you.
I'll keep an eye on him.
He looks at you with a disdain.
Yeah, I'm not giving him too kind of a look myself.
I'm picking up some bad mojo going on here. I'm just gonna hippity hop my way inside. You guys, thank you, sir. Bye bye.
You make your way into said bar. There's a couple of bartenders. Not very many patrons around the area. It is probably early morning. Not early morning, but mid-morning. You know, unless they're stopping in for a late breakfast or they're traders coming in off the space lanes, they're not really have much purpose around here.
Blumbles will make his way to the bar.
You know, Blumbles, we ever been here before? Feels familiar.
A lot
Been here before?
of cantinas on Tatooine tend to follow the same architecture.
Yeah, good
Sand
point.
gets everywhere.
As for if we actually have been here before, good question, honestly. I don't know how long me and Blumbles spent on Tatooine, but I know Chava grew up here, so.
You probably rode around in a little sand tank.
Yeah.
You tell me if you've been here or not. It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah,
have gotta
sure.
get
why
involved.
not? We'll say that he's been here before, but it's been a long time. Like I'm saying, like maybe a decade and a half.
Are you familiar with it, or has it been kind of a passing?
Well, I mean, it depends on if I would have known Blumbles at that point or not. What do you think, Blumbles?
I'd say Blumbles probably hadn't been here before.
Then,
I'd say he's been around here, but not in this cantina.
I would say that Chaba probably he kind of just passed through here.
Okay.
He knows up the place, but he doesn't know the place well.
Okay. So you're probably more familiar with Mos Eisley then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Arden, you want to split up and search for clues?
Swings.
Well, do I see? Can I check to see if I see the Ugnaught?
Give me a perception
In
check.
here.
2 difficulty. And you're nowhere near the ship, so we can't blame that.
2 success, 1 threat.
You'll have a point of strain, which is already reflected because it wasn't taken care of since the last time.
Ooh, he's been replaced.
I shifted the color tint.
I just kind of like
birdie,
nudge
here goes our
Bortuna
red.
and nod my.
Just a second,
What
gentlemen.
is that? Oh. Ooh. Ew, what is that thing?
An Ugnaught.
Oh.
He's
Do
just
they
sitting
speak
at the
basic?
table, and it looks like he's having himself a small meal and a drink.
Well, I guess here we go. Greetings.
Oh, thank God. I could have swore you would have just about to shout out an Utini.
That would have been a way better idea.
That's okay. 'Cause I thought of it. The Ugnaught looks at you, kind of up and down, and kind of, and he says something, but you don't understand it.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Great. You don't speak basic, do you?
He stops, he looks at you, points at his ears, thumbs up, points at his throat, thumbs down.
Oh, okay. Not an in-ear translator. Wow. As large and as expansive as this galaxy is, I've never seen one of those things before. That is really cool. Anyway,
You
I'm
ever
here on
seen somebody
business.
look at somebody with one eye wide open and one eye squinted?
Mhm.
Yes.
That's what he's doing to you, Bortuna.
I get that look a lot. Anyway, I'm here on business.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to assume that means what kind of business?
Odds.
I have a shipment from some individuals far away.
Do you
That you're
remember
supposed
the name of the contact? The guy who gave you the crate.
Yes, I would be an idiot for not remembering his name. Just give me a moment to consult my memory.
Yes, you would be a total idiot for forgetting that. Man, I forgot it.
Oh gosh, I don't know what is it.
Falcon knows.
It wasn't Gary. No, Gary's the bomb. Or was the bomb?
Hang on, I need a perception check on that one.
Oh my god, what is his name? Does anybody know? Please send help.
Please send
I
help.
think- I vaguely remember.
It was something pretty plain.
Yeah, he had a human name.
Gary.
Like, if I say it out loud, is that cheating? Like, so long as he doesn't actually use that information.
It's like, the whole reason that I asked was to allow him to have said information.
Oh, wasn't his name Simon?
No, it was man, what was it?
I swear it was Simon.
No.
Just say the Deveronian. That's what he was.
Yeah, that's true. It would oh my memory, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. I had it.
Oh.
It's the Deveronian guy.
He stops, holds out his hand, and then kind of flat taps it with the other one.
Of course, he knows more than one. Birds of a feather.
No, he kind of holds his hand out to you, like, kind of, fingers spread apart on both hands, just the right one, palm up, like he's looking for you to give him something, and he taps it with a flattened out left hand.
So what is this, intergalactic sign language?
Come to think of it, don't I have the tablet that the Deveronian...
No,
Hand
apparently
it.
Bortuna had it on the ship.
Oh, okay. Thought he
I
did.
didn't say anything.
Yeah, I
I
didn't-
totally understand, but
I just imagined that he probably gave it to Bortuna because Bortuna was like the technically.
Look at it.
No, I wouldn't say that. He was like the what's those dudes you visit in Cyberpunk to give you jobs? He's that guy.
Fixers?
Yeah, fixer. He's like the fixer. I gave it to him because I'm like I'm not.
And a whole party of breakers, he's the fixer.
Yeah.
What is Arden doing? Because you're still standing at the entrance.
I was going to approach him. Just give him the data pad.
This is my associate. Oh yeah, this is our data pad here. Maybe you should look at this.
He takes it from you after you finally put it in his hand, and he like... He looks at you, looks at the data pad, enters a couple things on the screen, hands it back to you, and points past you two, this direction.
Uh-huh. All right. Can I have my data pad back?
He was
Did-
handing it to you.
Oh, thank you. All right. Thanks for your help.
What did he put on it?
I don't know. Let me look.
Do you speak Huttese?
Would that be a xenology check?
It'd be, written on your character sheet.
No, I don't know hoodies.
That's
Would I know hoodies? Are huts common in Tatooine?
Oh yeah. Well,
well, there's at least one on planet. Kind of a big
At the
deal. He
moment.
runs his shit out of Maz, the Maz Eisley area. Word is,
Well, I'm
he's
not
got
over
a-
there, so.
word is he has a nasty pet underneath his throne room.
I hear he's only 2 years away from retirement.
If he's not Pizza the Hut, I don't even know who he is. And God rest his soul.
Sure, give me a xenology check, Bortuna.
I suckered him into it. What difficulty?
5.
Okay.
It's going to be 2 difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Huttese is one of the more common languages, especially in the Outer Rim area.
I was not prepared for him to lower it.
I wasn't either, honestly.
Wow.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
See, this is why I say if we roll all dark side,
We get the good luck.
yeah.
It is a triumph, a success, and an advantage.
You are fluent in Huttese. You know exactly what this is. It's not only a signature, basically. It's also what looks like a coded instruction, because Huttese doesn't typically have that style syntax. Is the easiest way I can put it.
This is kind of broken. Look, their participles are in the wrong spot entirely. I don't understand this. I mean, I understand it. Don't get me wrong. I just grammatically, this is a nightmare. Why are you looking at me like that?
Drug dealers need to learn home row keys.
and it says,
Oh, yeah.
To whom it may concern, please find my lost dog.
I'm not telling you what it says. I want you to tell me what it says. You're the one that says you could read it.
Well,
To whom it may concern.
Okay. I'm going to help with this. I'm trying to let you guys have some narrative freedom here, and you guys are freezing up on me, and I'm so
Well,
sorry. I'm trying to help expand you guys.
I thought they were like explicit instructions. I didn't know they were just
No, it was broken. It was broken syntax. I'm going to use an expression. You're not going to be familiar with it, unfortunately, Cody. But the other three of them should be familiar with this. It's basically a version of thieves' cant in Huttese.
Gotcha.
What that is basically code. If anybody else picks up the pad and was able to read it, it would more or less look innocuous. It would look innate with no apparent underground intentions.
Kind of like a grocery list with some notes thrown in there, which to the right person is actually a coded message.
Don't forget the womp rat tail, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I need my air filters cleaned, and don't forget the Wookiee hair. See? That type of stuff.
Gotcha.
You may not know the intention of what he's saying, but you understand with your ability with Huttese that it is not what it says. Like I said, the syntax is not proper.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm ready now. To whom it may concern. Put the puppy dog in the pound. Signed, Boss. Except, look at this. The verb tense is just terrible. You see what I'm saying? Why are you looking at me like that again?
I don't speak Hut.
You don't speak Hut? I thought you said you've been to Tatooine before.
Yes, but I've. Listen, I learned how to speak Wookiee.
Which is
And,
impressive.
like, I had to learn Jawa on the fly.
So
Well,
did
the rest
he.
of it anyways.
You know, I'm still kind of unclear on the 13 different types of pronunciations for Utini. I still don't really understand how it is used, you know? It's just so complicated. Anyway, somebody lost their dog, and I guess this is the flyer. Doesn't really look like a dog.
Oh, while we're still at the table, at his table.
Yeah, the Egnog's just kind of staring at you two, and he's like hands to the side, palms up, like, what the fuck are you two assholes still doing here?
Anyway, he said go this way, or pointed this way, so let's go this way.
You know what? Yes, you are.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna cut away from you two to the two at the bar.
While they were doing their shenanigans over there, like when as soon as Bortuna went over there, Blumbles immediately went up to the bar and he heard Chabba behind him probably, and he taps on the bar to the barkeep. What is the barkeep, by the way?
The barkeep looks human.
All right. Blumbles just taps on the counter and says, "Give me a Tatooine sunrise and a high C for the little guy."
No. Java juice.
Jawa juice, yeah. Forgot.
Yeah, the only place you get
The
it.
human kind of looks at you, kind of strange, and then looks at the Jawa. Like,
He said Tatooine sunrise and I don't know Java juice.
don't you mean just a sunrise?
Yeah, just a sunrise.
Welcome to Tatooine, off-worlders. Oh, well, not you, technically. I mean,
He's got some experience here too. So, anything interesting happened around here lately?
no. Nothing really big coming in or out. Been fairly slow the last few weeks. Pretty standard stuff. The Imperials seem to have thinned out a bit since that incident out at Alderaan. I guess they're investigating it.
Oh, yeah? I heard they were having some trouble around Rhodia not too long ago. Not sure what it was. Something to do with the space station or something. Not sure.
Hang on, just
What happened with Alderaan again?
Just a second.
What was that?
Let's see if he's heard about that or not.
Ah, the Rhodia thing? Okay.
Yeah. News doesn't always travel quickly.
This is true.
Nah, I did hear something about that. That was a little over a week ago.
Yeah. We've been passing through and heard about it ourselves.
Yeah,
Apparently it caused quite a stir.
some ship went gung-ho against the station. Nobody's entirely sure what happened. Imperials obviously are keeping it pretty tight-lipped. But
Rebels are getting pretty bold.
I don't understand the Wookiee. There's a bet pool going on in this cantina about what caused that stir.
He said
my money is on a hijacking of some cargo. I think they were stealing some turbo laser parts.
probably maybe some of that what's it called? Dorindium, whatever it is. Doronium, yeah, that. He said he thinks it might have been the Rebs. Said the Rebs has been, real bold as of late. Either way,
I've heard of that Doronium stuff. He failed miserably.
to be fair, Chala said like 5 different names.
Exactly. The dude, the bartender, he knows drinks. He doesn't know metals.
Hey, you think we should get those two over there some drinks too?
Blumbles looks over at him. He probably sees him chatting with him and then making their way over.
They're probably starting to make their way towards that direction.
Yeah, it seems like they're busy with our business.
Ah, yeah. Hey. How much owe you there, Mac?
Between the two drinks, 5 credits.
Alright. Chabba lays down 5 credit coins.
They are indeed coins.
Well, they're not Republic credits, and if they don't take Imperial credits, they'll probably get shot. So, much obliged. Takes the coins off the counter.
It's been so long since I had one of these. Here you go, Blumbles.
Blumbles gives him a toast. Clunk.
It's a bad memories, my friend.
And may more come after.
Hell yeah. Alright, well, you think we should go with them, or should we just let them take it upon themselves?
You know, me and you have went on our own plenty of times and got into trouble. Let's let them have a taste.
Alright, I just hope they don't both die.
Hopefully not.
Nah, I'm sure they'll be fine.
So
You got any hot dogs in this joint?
Hot dog?
Smash cut.
Hot dogs? Like, the hell's
Yeah.
a hot dog? I
It's
got
a
this.
sauce.
I got this womp rat spaghetti made from their tails.
Hell yeah, give me some of that.
There you go.
Just like Mom used to make.
Smash cut.
While we do that, I'll be back.
Those two are sitting at the bar. It looks like they're getting served drinks and having a conversation with the bartender. You can hear Chabba asking about hot dogs at this point.
Ooh, hot dog sounds great right now. Task it hand. Okay. I'm a little nervous. Are you nervous? You look nervous.
Just go.
Okay.
Up the steps, you see another Trandoshan.
Morning.
The morning.
Let's get talking to you. What?
Can I help you?
Just going up these stairs here, looking for a lost puppy. Need to take it to the pound.
Data pad?
Huh?
Data pad.
Here.
Looks at it. You read the message.
Yeah, I read the message. I can't read.
How short is your memory? He literally pointed at me.
Good morning.
When in doubt, just repeat. Heard.
Yes, sir. We're going to start this conversation over. How are you?
Welcome to my Uno reverse card.
He looks at the data pad and he's like, all right. Wait here. He
Okay.
takes the pad and he wanders up the stairs. Into your ship,
Arden-
apparently.
Arden, I can't remember that guy's name. What was it? Was it Steve?
What?
The guy. Our contact.
I didn't meet him.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's a good point.
Ask Chabba or Blumbles.
I wonder if either of them have their communicator on them.
Don't worry about it now. We said to wait.
This is Cheesehead. Come in, somebody.
Hello, Cheesehead. I have Blumbles as a communicator. Oh, wait. Do I have a communicator?
Good question.
Does Blumbles have a communicator?
Just don't. What?
Do I have Blumbles as a communicator? I don't have a communicator.
Blumbles left one on the ship, but he has another
Blumbles
one.
has. According to his inventory, he has.
I'm back. Wait, what do I got?
Okay, so I didn't know you were gone.
I'm sorry.
So yes, I just said that I actually do have Blumbles as a communicator.
Yeah, Blumbles does have. He left one comm link on the ship and kept the other.
You should probably answer.
Oh, is he calling me?
This is Cheesehead.
Oh.
Come in.
Blumbles reaches down, picks up the communicator. What's up?
Blumbles, please, I ask that we use the code names on the open channel.
All right. What do you want, Cheesehead?
You don't have to say it so rudely. Anyway, what's that dude's name? The Deveronian guy. Do you remember? Was it Steve? It wasn't Steve. It was something else.
I myself don't remember. But I guess I can see if Blumbles remembers. He did have a pretty intense moment with the dude. So maybe that'd be probably an intelligence roll or
I
intelligence.
swear his name was Simon.
It may have been Simon.
I
It started with
swear
an
it was
S.
Simon.
Well,
Have it
no one
cyphered
will
as
know
his
until
level.
we go back and listen to the VOD.
Indeed.
It's just gonna hit me out of the blue, and I'm gonna
Cyber
scream
tape.
it when I remember it.
Do you even remember Cypress yourself?
Nope, that's the problem.
No one remembered.
I'm like
That's why I was just like. That's why I played it off as like I didn't meet him.
I'm 90% sure his name was Simon.
Yeah, that does
I
ring
thought
a
it
bell.
started with a D.
D for Daveronian.
I mean, yeah, the Deveronian. I think his name was Simon. Simon the Deveronian. He had a name. It started with an S. But it was like an odd human name, like Simon.
Bortuna and Arden. As this conversation is happening over the comlink, the Trandoshan comes back down with 4 Rhodians.
I gotta go. I'll be right back.
I think it's Simon. Hangs up.
Gentlemen,
These 4 will help you with getting you unloaded. If you would take them to your vessel, they're going to go in a hover truck and get what you have delivered.
sure. We'll be happy to escort them. I pick up my comlink again. This is Cheesehead.
They're
Hey,
literally
shit.
right. I'm staring at them.
I just glare at you, just like
I
seriously.
can literally
man?
see him. I can see both of them from right here.
Anyway, it says to her, I don't care that you got a tail, baby. That's just something to hold on to.
You Jawas have such great stories.
I
Watch
miss
yourself,
her.
Cheesehead. We're going back to the ship. Over. Arden, wait up!
As soon as he answers, he goes, yeah, sure.
Can we go with him?
Blumbles looks. Does Blumbles get any looks from Arden or
I need
Bortuna?
Blumbles to give me a resilience check at 4 difficulty.
Oh boy. Okay. Resilience. That is 3 difficulty. Not 3, but 3 green. 4 difficulty, you said?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
I don't know.
Was it Tyler?
No.
That is a no. As you swing around in your seat to take a look at Bortuna and Arden as they start leaving towards the exit, the sunrise hits you really, really hard. Really hard.
Ooh, that's some good stuff there. Ooh.
Don't make them like that anywhere else in the galaxy.
You're going to be adding 2 black die to whatever you're doing until this is done.
All right. What'd you say? I'm going with them.
Oh yeah, Chabba like turn around, like look at Bortuna. Bortuna looking at us? Was he like walking out of the like?
Hey guys!
Hey, you guys want us to come with you? Stay here.
I'm gonna nod.
All right, and it looks like he wants us to come with him. I'll finish the story later, my dude.
Wait. Was that a nod to go or a nod to stay?
I nod again.
I'm
So
just
a
gonna
nod
take
to
it-
stay, okay. Blumbles is like, you can tell Blumbles, he's like, not in his best posture at the moment.
Wait up, Arden!
I think you if you want Blumbles, you can stay here. But I think that I should at the back.
Oh no, you ain't going nowhere without me.
All right, then come on.
He's walking.
I'm walking.
Give me a coordination check at 3 difficulty.
Ooh, boy.
Chabba.
Coordination, that is 2 green. 3 difficulty?
Yes, sir. Oh, wait, no.
2 black die.
Nope.
You gotta add 2 black.
Oh, yeah, that's true. No, I'll
don't
keep
think
it
it
on roll, but
matters
that's a fail anyway.
It doesn't matter anyways, it's a whitewash.
Oh, no, he can still get some more
Oh,
disadvantage.
yeah, he can do it. Roll. How lucky are you?
Pretty
One
lucky.
threat.
1 threat. You're stumbling pretty hardcore. You almost go down on top of Chabba.
Whoa.
Whoa, buddy. Whoa. Yeah, it's been a while.
What's going on?
He had a sunrise and he hadn't had a good one in a while.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't even say anything. He just
Yeah, pretty much.
So, okay, so he's not lifting anything when we get back to the ship.
Oh, I got. He looks down at Chabba. I can lift Chabba.
I don't know if
I
that's
just
what you
see Blumbles like I can lift Chabba as he bends down to like pick him up.
picks him up and fucking like accidentally throws him on the roof.
Like the pizza in Breaking Bad.
he's just like flipped up there.
Oh, yeah, point me at whatever needs lifted. I can do it. I'm sure.
Why is everything so damn huge? Because I can't change the size on this thing except for, like, physically changing the size on it.
I can change it.
No, Bortuna! Stop throwing!
Spam Bortuna.
Hey, Cypress, you can change the dimensions on an object by clicking on the little thing below the text button. You just got to collect volume scale. Yeah, there you go. You got it.
I'm working on it.
Can I get on it now?
No, not yet.
Okay. I'll just wait.
Alright. There we go. 4 Rhodians come out in a hover truck. Get over.
Let's go, Blumbles.
Give me a coordination check, Blumbles.
Alright.
Can I give him a hand?
Sure,
can try.
give him a hand. There's a blue boost.
Yay.
Wow,
That's actually a success.
that actually helped.
Yeah, it really
it
did. Thank you, Bortuna.
Yeah, with Bortuna's assistance, you climb in. You climb in without too much difficulty.
Come on, big guy. Okay. Why are you so heavy?
He like pours himself into a seat. You know, he just gets slumps into it and slides a little.
Okay.
This chairs are cozy.
These chairs are like leather wrapped on a plywood seat.
Oh, cozy.
He didn't sit on Chabba, did he?
Good question.
Oh.
No, he did not.
It's like,
The Jawa just looks at him. Bruh, I'm right here.
He's drooling just a little bit.
Drunken lightsaber, let's go.
oh, please no.
Oh no, there would be a check to see if he could get that thing unlocked at this point. You ever seen a drunk try and open the car door with his keys? All
Yeah.
the scratches. I really wish that more people remember that when looking at used cars. Why are there so many scratches around the door lock? That's a car we don't buy. There's probably a bottle of Jim Beam hitting under the seat that nobody remembered was there. The Rhodians take off in the hover truck and take you to the spaceport.
Whee!
You probably passed by 2 different patrols of stormtroopers. Like I said earlier, one was a group of 2, one was a group of 3. Just make it different. And they pull into the cargo area, just under your ship, and they kind of all pile out of the truck and kind of look at you, kind of unload.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to open the ship now.
Blumbles makes his way out. Probably like climbs down like he's crawling, like he's about to fall from like a 20-foot gap, 20-foot hole.
Yeah.
Coordination check. 1 setback, black die.
Hey, Bortuna, you get that data pad Simon gave us?
Yeah, I got it right here. Simon! Was that his name?
I'm pretty sure that was his name.
I've been trying to remember that all morning. Thank you.
1 success, 2 threat.
Let me take a look at this. What's up with the Rhodians, by the way?
You successfully get out, but it is harrowing.
They're here to open the ship.
Blumbles goes over this way using the hover truck as leverage to walk around. Going over to the ship.
Alright, I've got to...
Yeah.
Well, we got yeeted.
Pretty much. I gotta get this damn board out of the way. Because now we're back to the ship. So, not the damn lightsaber.
Hey,
Arden.
see.
There we go. Now everybody looks okay.
Alright. Blumbles will just wait, leaning against the truck.
As a precaution, I'm gonna like to look at that data pad.
Do you speak Huttese?
Well, I grew up on Tatooine. Probably, right?
Alright, so you'll have an easier difficulty. Just
What
because you
kind
grew
of
up there
chick?
doesn't mean you knew it. You
Yeah,
were a
no, that's
Jawa.
What kind of chick are we talking here?
Xenology. Too difficult.
Oh, no, I'm not good at those. Do
Wait.
shit.
Yeah, you
What do you need me to do? Okay, I'll roll that one after these land.
Nice.
That's 5 success and 1 threat.
4 success.
4 success.
4 success and 1 threat.
Yes, you do happen to read Huttese, but it's a little rusty. It looks fine. You don't have the syntax intricacies that Bortuna did.
Okay, so in this thieves' can't, so to speak.
When you read it, it just looks like a shopping list, basically, as the analogy went earlier. You're not seeing the subtleties of it, saying that something's off.
Huh. That's weird. How in the world did he give you a shopping list?
No, it's a puppy.
Puppy, what?
Yeah, you see, when you place this character in front of this character, it changes the meaning from grocery to animal. And given the spacing between these 2 letters, we can infer that... You know what? This doesn't matter. Just hold on.
Okay, here you go.
Thank you.
Just hand it back.
Let's keep an eye out for, imps.
I just want to make sure that these guys are the ones we're supposed to be giving this stuff to.
Okay, I'll watch for imps.
Well, we can watch for imps. You just keep an eye on them. Make sure that They ain't doing anything nefarious.
I just want a slurred Wookiee. I'll go get in the turret.
Blumbles just laying against the, well, not laying, but he's like back against the hover truck, just waiting for the cargo bay to open.
No, you're kind of half laying on the hover truck. I mean, it's just that's how much control you got fully right now. that relaxed lean on their vehicle from high school back in the 70s look.
Oh yeah.
With your Farrah Fawcett Wookiee hair. Arden, I presume you have lowered or started to lower. Yeah.
Yeah, I've started to lower the cargo.
All right. The 4 Rhodians, not the truck, just the Rhodians. Thank you. Hop out, kind of stand next to the Wookiee, wait for the ramp to come down. And once the ramp goes down, they all climb onto the platform. Not you, Blumbles, just the Rhodians. I can't get my selection system to work very well tonight. I don't know what's going on with me. Holy fucking shit, I am having a rough time fucking multi-selecting. Can't do it to save my life. I'm trying to get them on the damn, platform, and it's just terrible.
Blumbles is gonna slide his way over pretty much to Chabba. Chabba.
Yeah.
If, oh god. If you see those guys trying to take something that isn't theirs in the cargo bay, like that pile of trash over there, I think Bortuna really likes that. You need to keep an eye on them,
Shoot him?
No. He looks to Bortuna. Should we shoot him?
In most circumstances, I would say that would be fine. But in this one particular circumstance, I kind of promised Arden that we would not make a total crap show out of this. So we should probably not shoot them. However, beatings, I think those would be okay.
He's the problem, I feel like. This is going too well, isn't it? Everything we ever do is horrible. Is this how it feels when things go right, or is something wrong here?
Pessimist. That's what you are, Java.
Okay, well, I trust you guys.
Just pats him on his head. Come on, I'll help.
Okay.
He's gonna... Okay.
Blumbles gonna make his way onto the ship.
Bang my head on the fucking...
The ramp is up. The 4 Rhodians have gone inside to start grabbing the cargo. So the loading ramp for the cargo bay is actually up.
Yes. He goes up. Do I hear another coordination check?
Please don't.
He's gonna die.
I think he's debating it.
No, the ramp is up. You'd have to go to the...
You have to go over here.
Why did they go in there and close the ramp?
Because it's a one that goes down and then back up. It's not a
ramp.
ramp.
Yeah, right. It's not a ramp. It's a loading
lift.
Yes.
Cargo
lift.
lift.
Yeah, cargo lift.
Oh, okay. So that means Blumbles actually just have to stay out here and try to load it on there.
It's just like...
Let's go.
Where's the ramp?
So everybody's waiting for the cargo lift to come back down with the Rhodians and the cargo. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I'm at the mercy of Blumbles.
Oh, Blumbles was going to make his way up, but he'll, reach up. He'll realize that the cargo ramp's up there. Bortuna, you stay here.
Arden.
Yeah.
Arden.
Hello?
Yes.
What's your armor?
My armor?
Soak is 4.
Yes.
Huh?
Okay. Good to know. As you guys are outside waiting for the... No? You guys... Are you underneath the ship at this point, you two? Or are you trying to climb in? I'm trying to figure out where you two are.
Blumbles was making his way toward the ramp to get in.
Okay. As you guys were outside conversing after the Rhodians had gotten into the ship, Arden,
yes.
They had come up behind you and hit you with stun guns.
What did I literally just say?
The rolling sounds nobody was paying attention to was me actually doing their checks. because of the range that they only had one difficulty, I think it was. I added the black die for your armor, and then I rolled their skills. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
3 of the shots hit you, and with your soak, that was enough to actually knock you out.
Oh man.
I knew this was going too well.
Yeah.
You guys
Unlucky.
sound so sad.
Oh, we probably hear that, right?
You guys are underneath the ship, over here.
Making our way to the entrance ramp.
Wow, 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 wow. Give me a perception check then. Let's go with 3 difficulty, distance, material, sound capability. Blumbles, you're doing it with a black die.
Yes.
Is the entrance ramp on the right-hand side of the ship down?
It should have been.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that Arden went up it in order to get into the cockpit in order to open the cargo lift.
Yeah.
Whether or not he left it down, that's entirely up to him. In this situation, I know he's going to say he did.
Yeah, I would have left it down for the others
difficulty,
if they wanted
by the
to
way?
join me.
I think it was 3 difficulty.
Okay. I actually get a blue die because of the force.
Ooh.
I hope that your force helps.
A triumph.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1 threat, triumph, and 3 success.
You do indeed, through the drunken haze, hear what sounds like a gun go off. It doesn't sound like a straight blaster shot, but it's similar in toning.
Chabba, did you hear that?
Oh, sorry, I was trying not to hit my head on the top of the ship. What's that?
You're worried about hitting your head.
I'm on top of him.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's on my shoulder. But Blumble says, I heard a shot. It didn't sound far.
Maybe we should hurry. I didn't feel like this situation was going entirely right to begin with, so maybe these Rhodians are actually up to something.
Blumbles.
I better get. I got an idea. Take out that fancy thing of yours, and you go in there, and I'll make sure that they don't come out the other side.
Fancy drinks?
The laser sword, Blumbles.
Oh, all right.
Oh, Lord.
This is gonna go great.
Blumbles, where are you going?
Blumbles, where's Blumbles going?
Yeah.
He's making his way to the loading ramp. Or not the loading ramp, the ship for entrance ramp.
I'm going to need an athletics check at 4 with a black die.
Alright.
And I should probably upgrade the difficulty just because I have so many dark sides.
Just trips and falls. Whoop!
While he's running over there, can I holler something to Bortuna?
While
Yeah.
Arden is unconscious, he's dreaming.
that
I
is-
told you so.
That is a trip.
That is a trip.
Hey, Bortuna!
Or-
Take the keys out of that space
Or
truck.
at least that's a failure to get there. You're stumbling, you're dragging. You think you're moving quickly, but you're kind of inebriated. Let's be honest.
He's
You're
on
doing
the ice, bro.
the zombie shuffle.
I knew I should have gone with hot chocolate.
It's hard to argue with the sunrise on Tatooine.
Take the
Indeed.
keys out of that thing.
Jabba, what are you
Fairly-
doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I'm hollering at Bortuna to tell him to take the keys out of the space truck.
Gotcha. Are bad things happening?
Think so, yeah. We just heard a blaster shot. Well, 4 of them, I think, actually.
All right. Okay. Great. This is just okay. Oh, this is what Arden feels like all the time, probably. This is a terrible
I
feeling.
need a mechanics check at 2 difficulty.
You need a 2 difficulty mechanics check to remove keys from a speeder. Let's
You know how to use a speeder.
there
Or a
it
hover
is! Let me see. Mechanics check. Okay.
You know where they're at.
I have a backup plan if this doesn't go well.
There are
One
no
threat.
keys. Could I get a
All
perception
right.
check it for difficulty?
Okay. Oh, I already had the 2 out. Separate these out a little bit. That is 1 success and 2 threat.
As you are searching for the keys, which are not there, that you can find, you do hear a toot, 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 toot.
Oh. I search for the source of the noise.
Give me another mechanics check. Let's say 3 difficulty this time. As Blumbles is making his way, trying to use the ship to keep himself steady, the ship fires up.
Well, darn.
Chabba, you notice that the ship is starting to lift above you.
That's bad.
That is
Holy
one.
moly, I've never seen so many threats.
That is 1 success and 3 threat.
You do locate the beeping. It is a small squarish device, kind of pliable to the touch, with a small timer set into it with what looks like wires going into either end of the back. And there is a countdown on it that says 4.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
3.
well, I'm gonna yeet that.
You're going to yeet that.
I'm gonna yeet it. I'm going to yeet it away from the ship, specifically.
Give me a strength, brawn check. Let's
Honestly,
go with 2 difficulty.
might actually be better to throw it at the ship.
I love how Bortuna's like thought process is
Oh.
throw the thing that's about to explode, not run away from it. Oh lord.
As you go to try and pull it, it is attached quite securely. 2.
Well, I guess I just move as much as I can.
Straight up and starts to leave. Blumbles,
Yes.
give me an athletics check. 3 difficulty.
No,
One
either
black
I'm
die
getting
because you're still
thrown
using
down
it.
the ramp or I'm kidnapped.
Don't give him ideas.
I've already
Okay.
had the thoughts.
Okay. So 3 difficulty.
Considering
1 black
that
die?
Blumbles hasn't seen me thrown off the ship yet, I'm probably kidnapped.
Well, I'm trying to see if he hangs on to it because he was using the ship as support.
Okay.
You did all
1
that? Oh no, wait, 1
success and 1 threat.
You're going to take a point of strain because your fingertips are like grabbing whatever it is as you're lifted about 10, 15 meters off the ground, holding on to the ship.
Okay.
Bortuna,
Yeah, I opt to run if I can.
I need an athletics check. We're going to go with 2 difficulty.
Alright, so the party has lost 2 members.
Oh,
Fail.
Chabba,
yeah.
there's no such thing as reflex in this game.
Agility?
Yeah,
Coordination?
no. It's the same check. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's the same for me either way.
Yeah, give me an athletics check, please.
Athletics.
Not athletics, agility.
Oh, thank God.
2 A words. Sorry.
Uh,
It was
Oh lord,
3
Bortuna.
difficulty.
Oh, no.
2 or 3.
It was 2 difficulty. So
That's 2 success and 1 threat.
as Bortuna says, "Fuck." You kind of hit the dirt as the hover truck explodes. Bortuna, you have 2 soak.
Whoa.
Oh,
He's like right on top of the device. I mean,
I'm surprised.
Oh, I expected him to be in pieces.
I expected him to die as well.
yeah, me too. Oof.
I had the thought, but I'm not going to be that type of GM.
Does he get blown out of the truck at least?
Yeah, he's launched.
Yeah, he's been lodged. He went. He probably could touch the ship.
Goofy screams.
Am I like lying on the ground at this point?
Yeah. It's a burning wreckage of what's left of the hover truck. There's flaming wreckage strewn about the area. Bortuna was blown back/out of the truck and on the ground. He's lying on his back. It doesn't look like he's moving.
Son of a bitch! Do I see Blumbles hanging on to the ship?
Give me a perception check. Let's go with 3 difficulty. Well, let's go with 2 difficulty, actually.
I love how, like, we get into these situations and Arden is always the one that has to deal with the consequences.
And he was the only one on the ship. I can't change that fact.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's a good thing we came.
Hey, 1 success and 2 advantage.
You notice that Blumbles is not present with you and Bortuna on the ground, so your first instinct is kind of look up, and there's the Wookiee holding on with his left hand as the ship is starting to take off.
Is he hanging on to the ramp at least?
No. You see this little pocket where his...
Huh?
He's just holding on to, like, a piece of the armor.
Does it look like the ship is going to exit the planet, or does it look like the ship is just kind of taking off the ground and going to be
Give
moving
me
in place?
a piloting space check at 2 difficulty.
Good thing you took a yellow in that.
Triumph.
Hey!
Triumph, 1 success and 1 advantage.
2 success. Triumph has a success attached.
Yeah.
You can tell by their trajectory that they are not attempting to leave the planet.
Okay.
That's good.
I'm going to look at Blumbles. Does he look like he has a good hold on the ship? I mean, he's
He's gone at this point.
Oh, he's gone?
Between these quick looks and the movement of the ship, he's gone.
Okay. For my triumph, can I say that the explosion in the truck propelled a stim pack next to me?
No. They would not have carried stim packs in that fucking thing.
Son of a bitch. Can I say that a stim pack fell out of Blumbles' utility belt and
He
landed
doesn't have one.
Goddamn Blumbles.
I have an idea.
What's your idea? I'm open.
If I'm allowed to suggest, if I got the triumph, this would have made more sense. Maybe Blumbles is holding on to the landing gear.
No.
Or an
Oh,
access hatch.
Where you are located. This is why I specifically chose this place as you were trying to stumble your way to the entrance hatch. You had a chance to grab this, which you succeeded on. But the landing bits are underneath the ship.
all right.
I have an idea though.
Okay.
We'll say where Blumbles is a relatively easy location to hang on to, and in fact, there is also a point where mechanics can clip their like utility belts onto, so that when they're welding on the ship, they don't have to hold on. Would that work?
Yeah, it is a very good spot with handholds to it. You will not have to make any more checks about hanging on.
Okay.
You've got your grip. That once the ship took off, and at this point in time, you're able to reach a second hand up and grab one of these easy grip points that they use to set equipment where it's not going to fall.
Whew. No, I should have took a grappling hook. Fucking knew it.
Remember me.
Wookiees flapping in the wind.
Okay, well, as Chabba like looks up at the flying away ship, he's just gonna grumble to himself. Yeah, I fucking know that. I figured that's exactly what I would do. So yeah, I figured that probably should have fucking. And he's gonna run over and check and see if Bortuna's still alive.
Give me a medicine check. 2 difficulty.
Is he missing anything?
Medicine check. 2 difficulty.
Oh, no. 3 difficulty?
2 difficulty.
Oh, 2. That's
You're
better.
trying to make it harder on yourself.
Jeez, man, you all right? Come on.
Hey.
How in the hell?
I don't know. I'm afraid to pick it up. I'm afraid of what it'll be.
You know, we could do, I was gonna say you could do fate.
Drop it. Okay.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Nah, he's breathing. He's got a pulse. He is definitely injured. I mean, he's pretty well shredded. I mean, there's a couple bits of shrapnel in his body. You can like see a shard sticking out from his abdomen. I would say that part of his leku is gone.
Oh no!
Like that. Uh-oh. Is Patricia okay?
Oh god, Bortuna searches his pockets. Oh, thank God.
That was gonna be the first thing I was gonna say whenever I came to.
Give me a perception check with 2 difficulty because you're attempting to loot a body.
It's what he would have wanted.
It is.
Oh, lordy days.
Perception check, 2 difficulty.
Yep. Sorry,
It's all right.
Look-
A lot going on. Let's be
I can't
honest.
believe I'm not dead.
You cannot locate Patricia.
Uh-oh. That's not good. What the hell do I even do now? And Chabba says, looking around. I'm not prepared for this kind of situation. I guess I just kind of like slap him in the face. I got!
Bortuna, you come too, being slapped by a Jawa.
Oh, good, you're alive. Okay.
Oh,
You are in a lot of pain.
oh God. Chabba? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. I have some good news and some bad news. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I can't. God, it's so bright out here. It's hard to breathe. Did she make it?
Yes. I gave her to Blumbles before he got on the ship.
How'd you get it off my... How'd you get it?
When the explosion blew up, it propelled you and her apart. And she landed next to me, and I threw her at Blumbles. Blumbles caught her, and is now holding onto the ship as it flies away.
You got her out of my... You're a godsend. I knew I could count on you.
I'm not going to make any rolls for deception checks. This is just great.
We really need to get you some medicine.
I don't know what would give you that impression. Is it the blood loss or the contusions?
I think it's the fact that your leg is turned around the opposite direction and bent.
Oh my God!
Not to mention this, and he just kind of pokes the piece of shrapnel with his chest.
Oh, don't touch that!
Oh, sorry. Should I just leave you here and go get the medicine, or should I drag you with me and get the medicine?
Okay, it's just try. Just try dragging me a little piece.
Alright, I grab a hold of him and I try grabbing him a little bit.
I need a perception check from Chabba at 2 difficulty. A perception check from Bortuna at, let's go 3 difficulty.
Oh no.
You're a little distracted. He's a little distracted.
Here come the imps.
That's a fail and 2 advantage. I give Bortuna a blue die. You can have it.
He could very well save his life. Hey!
It did, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
oh my god.
A success and an advantage.
As Chabba is, talking to you about where to locate, some medicinal help, you see running into the hangar area 3 stormtroopers, sand troopers, if you want to get technical about it.
So I don't see them, right? I'm just kind of pulling him.
You're focused. You're not paying attention to the surroundings.
Chabba,
Yeah.
we got imps.
Okay, all right. So if they ask our names, you're Chabba Call and I'm Kevin Bacon.
The imps run up to you two. One of them runs to the burning wreckage of the truck and is looking it over. The other two are, come to you, and they're looking at you. One stormtrooper looks at you, Chabba. Kevin Bacon. I have to be clear. The names have been swapped.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at Kevin Bacon and goes, "Are you injured?"
Chabba just kind of shakes his head no.
He looks at the guy on the ground. He is.
Are you injured?
No, he is injured. You see the stormtrooper hit his side pouch, pulls out a stim pack, and stabs Bortuna in the leg. That's 5 wounds you got back, sir.
Yay, the imps are helping us for once.
That's like the hard part about the Imperials. They're like the German army. It's only the higher ups that are the bad guys. Sure, the stormtroopers are assholes, or they can be, but
Do I get any wounds back?
5.
You get 5 wounds back.
Wow.
And you probably needed every last wound he replaced.
Yeah.
so
He's looking at you, Bortuna, and is like, "You're going to need actual medical help. I don't think it's a good idea to remove that shard of truck from your side."
I just looked down at just a giant, like literally, I don't know. How long would you say it is? Can we say comedically large?
I'm thinking you guys.
Is it like
you guys
the,
have all seen the size of a PlayStation 3.
I was
Not
gonna say
the
it's
original
like
Fat Boy, but the slim line.
Oh.
still pretty bad.
It's that long.
I
That long, but maybe half as wide. It's large.
so
Okay.
like how Fry got stung by the baby bee.
Almost.
I'm just staring at it, just not even. I'm just complete.
I have to say that's actually kind of impressive.
Do you think my insurance is gonna cover this?
You'll have to.
I'm just kidding. I'm not insured. Ow!
The other stormtrooper who's not attending to Bortuna is like looks down at you, Kevin Bacon, and is like, "What happened here? Why did the truck explode?"
You speak Jawa?
A little bit. It's a little. I'm on Tatooine, man. Come on.
That's fair. Okay, so we came here to deliver some cargo, and these full Rhodians showed up in that truck. They said they were going to help us unload the cargo. They go inside. I assume they knock out our pilot. They start to steal our ship, and then they detonated some sort of remote explosive in the truck.
Probably has something to do with the Pikes. They got a habit of doing that.
Figures. I don't think they took the ship off the planet. It's somewhere here. I don't know where.
Do you know which direction it went?
That way. He'll like point the direction that he saw the ship flying off.
Closest thing in that direction is probably Mos Eisley. So
Cool.
we got some more. We'll have some more questions for you, but let's see if your friend can get some help first.
All right.
TK2223. Wait for the other squad to arrive and keep investigating that truck. Yes, sir.
Are you supposed to be seeing this many stars in the daytime on Tatooine?
How many do you see?
Yeah, it's normal.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 3 suns. Last time I was here, there was 3 suns.
The stormtrooper just kind of slowly looks at you.
Now listen, my ma said I needed glasses, but I don't believe her.
And you haven't done
It's 3 suns, right?
How good of a shot are you?
Really good.
And every time he sees 2 stormtroopers, he just aims in between them. We're going to cut back to you, Blumbles.
Oh boy.
You have been holding on for probably a good solid 5 minutes. The ship has accelerated a bit, but nothing extreme.
Has my drunkenness cleared up any from this rush?
It's kind of been a little rushed out of you, yeah. I would say that you're feeling a lot more clear-headed now. A little lightheaded, too, considering the altitude.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't look like they're trying to climb out of the planet's atmosphere. It looks like they're just arcing. You know?
Bathroom, I'll be right back.
Go for it.
Okay.
Eventually, the ship does start getting closer to the ground once more.
Hey, wait a minute. Couldn't Blumbles have used his lightsaber to just cut a hole in the hull?
That's what I was going to do if they were going to leave atmosphere. But as we are not, and we're trying to land, Blumbles will not use the lightsaber yet.
I'm going to say, just as outside information, you would probably need at least one hand to access said compartment.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to still pull the bowcaster into a position where you could access said compartment. I would say efficiently you'd probably need a couple hands to pull it out.
Oh yeah.
So, what do I see you like hooking an arm through a freaking loop in the metal somewhere, and freaking hanging on by your elbow, fiddling with the fucking bowcaster, trying to get out the lightsaber.
That's what he would have done.
If you were a Harch, this wouldn't be an issue.
Well, he's a Wookiee. Oh well.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Blumbles is just holding on for dear life. Just thankful he has a spot. He grabbed a spot that has good handholds. But does it look like we're coming into a big city or a small town?
Give me a perception check. Let's say 2 difficulty with a black die because of the height and speed you're going. Let's be honest. You don't have any goggles or anything, and the ship is moving quickly.
All right, and I get that blue die from the Force.
Oh wait, is this how Blumbles and Arden become fucking Chewbacca and Han Solo?
Wow, I'm impressed. I'm not even mad about that. One advantage.
You can't see shit. You can't. You're trying to the look, but the wind whipping, the sand. It's just you can't keep your eyes open. Not well. It's okay. It's no longer a big black blur. It's kind of a big bright blur. But after a few minutes, the ship does actually come down and lands. You don't have a good idea about where you're at right now. Once again, there's a lot of dirt, sand kicked up, and but the wind has stopped, thankfully.
Okay. When the ship lands, I'll just use the ship map. Blumbles will release his. Actually, no. How high up off the ground is he? If he stays held on to the ship.
With where you're holding, I would probably say you height-wise, maybe 1.5 feet from touching the ground. You have to pull yourself up to grab the handhold and everything like that.
Yeah, that's not stealth at all. So he's just gonna let go, and I assume the ship is like powering down and everything. He's actually gonna look around. Has he seen like crates or anything?
Give me a perception check, 1 difficulty this time around.
Okay.
Add a black die, but this is because of weather at this point.
Okay. One success, 2 advantage.
1 advantage. This is not part of it?
No, that's not part of it.
Okay, it was 1 difficulty. So yeah, it's 2 advantage, excuse me. The sand is starting to drop to the ground once more, and as you're looking around, you are not seeing the walls of a hangar. You're not even seeing a proper landing pad. It looks like this is just a flat top sandstone that they've landed on.
Oh. Alright. As the ship is like cooling down, Blumbles is actually going to position himself he's going to maneuver, I suppose, if we're going in order of that. He's going to make his way behind, like basically where the cockpit is, and where the landing pad is going to drop down.
Are you going to be on the entrance side of the landing pad or behind the landing pad?
Behind it. Right behind it.
Okay, so yeah, you're in the right
Because it
position.
drops down on this side, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And as he's waiting, or as he gets to that position, he's going to undo the secret compartment on the bowcaster and get the... And he's going to activate the lightsaber, but he's going to have it in his hand.
Okay. The ramp doesn't lower.
I'd say he waits a good... Actually, as he's waiting here, he takes a look around. Does this look like just a barren stretch of wasteland, or is it like a... I don't know. You said there was nothing around, but like, is there like any towns nearby on this mesa?
No towns nearby. It is more or less wilderness. It's not so much a flat mountaintop area. It's just a flat area. I'd probably say a good half a kilometer away is probably you're starting to see a rise of rocks, like it goes into not a cliff, but you know, a set of rocks kind of way off. In position of the ship, I'd say this direction.
Okay.
About half a kilometer off. It's pretty flat on the overall, but I do need a perception check with 2 difficulty. There's no black die because the sand has died.
Okay.
That's a lot of advantage.
A lot of advantage, no success.
Pick up a blue die, I guess, for whatever check you do next.
Okay.
But the ramp does not lower. The ship is... It's not 100% being dropped out of gear. It's... You know when Arden gets the ship ready to do a fast leave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Seeing as how it doesn't seem to be moving, or the ramp doesn't seem to be lowering yet, I assume like all of the bottom of the ship is the same height for Blumbles, like for me.
Roughly. I mean, it dips around the turret range, obviously, but...
Okay. Blumbles is actually going to make his way over to where his room is. He's going to say, another thing to fix. He's going to activate his lightsaber and cut a hole into the ceiling. Well, into the ceiling, quote unquote. So, snap, hiss, and he's going to draw a circle with the lightsaber and cut a hole in the ship.
Alright. It takes a hot minute. This is really the first time you've ever experienced the lightsaber cutting anything. But it goes much more smoothly than you would have thought it would. You know, you've used a fusion torch from time to time trying to cut through some metal, and it gives resistance. And this gives resistance, but not the same way. Eventually, you do make a circle and pops down, falls out, and you can see that you have cut by the length of the lightsaber up into the ship, and you have access to your room.
All right. Blumbles is gonna climb his way up, minding his singed fur on the heated metal as he.
It is very hot.
Climbs up.
I need an athletics check from you. Let's go with 2 difficulty. You still have to pull yourself up and in, and you know, avoiding the sides and everything.
All right, let me pull some of these dice away so it's not confused, and I get that blue die over here. Okay, 2 success and 1 threat.
You'll take a point of strain because, you know, you're kind of used to hot, burning sensations on the skin at this point in time. It's about the 3rd or 4th time you encountered it within the last couple of months, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and you are now in the ship.
Okay. Blumbles will position himself near the door, crouched, and he's actually going to put an ear to the door, see if he can hear anything.
Give me a perception check. Let's go with 3 difficulty, and let's add a black die because of the material in the way.
Okay. Oh, I almost rolled 3 yellow. That's not what I do. Here we go. Let's see if the force is kind. It is not. That's a lot of advantages, but no success once again.
You do not hear anything at this point in the ship.
I will say it might be wise to use some light side points.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, let me position these dice away so I don't obstruct the results.
We have the 3 of them, and we haven't even used any yet.
Yeah, I'll use a light side to reroll. I rolled the light side point. Alright, let's do this time. Let me move that yellow away. See if it's any better. It was not.
Well, fuck.
You do not hear anything.
Okay. If he doesn't hear anything, he'd already resheathed, quote unquote, the lightsaber. He's actually going to put the bowcaster on the on his bed, and he is going to at the side of the door here. Is there a little panel to open the door? Or does it like manually open?
It manually opens, especially since the last time you guys had to jury rig it.
Okay. Bumbles is going to pull the door, or is it push or is it sliding like future? Okay. He's going to slide it and go along with the slide and have his back against this wall right here as the door's open.
Okay.
And after that, yeah.
From your angle, I would say that you can barely see somebody, what looks like at the wet bar.
Okay. He's gonna use his ears to see if he hears anyone else in the room. Is he having conversation with somebody, or is he just drinking our supply like a freaking rat?
Perception check, 1 difficulty.
Yay! 1 difficulty.
I want to run to the bathroom real fast.
Go for it.
Tense. Yes.
You can hear him rattling what may be ice in a glass, kind of a thing. He's not holding a conversation. He's not talking to anybody at this point.
Okay. So Blumbles will take assurance that no one heard him come in. He will move over to this side of the door, staying in the room.
Stealth check.
Okay.
Let's go.
What is my
1
stealth?
purple and 1 red.
Okay, I have 2 in stealth. 2 green, that is. 1 purple, 1 red, you say? Let me move these up here, move that yellow away. One success, 1 threat.
You make your way around the edge quietly. It doesn't look like he heard you.
This is back to me?
Yes, it is. He's at the bar. Looks like he's making himself a drink right now.
Alright. Since he doesn't see anyone else, Blumbles is going to sneak his way toward the fellow.
You see, and he picks up the bottle of the Mandalorian ale. He's like, hey, they got some Mando ale.
Blumbles is going to immediately. Does he still have the wine, the ale in hand, or is he just like looking at it?
He's got the ale in hand.
Blumbles is going to grab him by the mouth and pull him to his chest, restraining him, trying to.
Give me a brawl check.
2
difficulty because it's melee.
Oh my gosh, Blumbles is literally just out here doing like Splinter Cell crap.
Metal Gear Wookie.
I keep in my
Extra
head,
hairy edition.
like stabbing that guy through the chest with the lightsaber.
I was going to do that, but I didn't want to hurt the wine, man. I'm going to use a light side for that. I feel it is necessary in this instance. Come on, baby. Okay, yeah. Woo!
This was a
Oh, it was a fail?
no, it wasn't a fail. It was a threat. It was a
Okay.
disadvantage. It's just when I
Okay.
picked it up to get this to lay flat, it flipped on me.
Ah,
So you've got those two purple.
okay.
Sorry.
Whew. Yeah, you're fine, you're fine. Okay, with that triumph,
You have this Rhodian at your mercy, and what's the triumph do?
Oh boy.
he, by the time I grabbed him, he had put down the ale,
Mm-hmm.
and no one hears this.
You just tear his fucking head off.
Yeah, just tear his head off.
There's this big Wookiee paw right on his mouth, nose, and another one right across the chest as he's bear hugged into Blumbles.
Blumble. Blumbles is going to drag him into this room.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
And as he does, Blumbles is going to release the hand on his chest, or on his chest, and he's just going to take the lightsaber and stab him through the heart, just like right through the back.
The Rhodian feels the pressure let go from his chest after he's dragged into this room, and he starts to pull himself forward a little bit, trying to maneuver his face away from your paw, from your hand, when all of a sudden he kind of looks down as much as he can, considering there's a hand holding his face. And he just
One down.
Oh my gosh, it's Darth Blumbles.
As he slumps, the blade just goes up through the body,
Oh,
and it hits the ground. Bisected, starting just below the heart, straight up through the shoulder and neck area.
Blumbles redoes I can't think of the freaking deactivates. Thank you. Deactivates the lightsaber. He positions the body to be a little bit deeper in the room, and he's going to step out of the door. And does he see anybody waiting for him?
I'm going to say no. I'm not even going to have a perception check on that because it's just... Otherwise, they'd be standing there with like a ham sandwich in their hand, staring at you. Kind of a moment.
Kill them, Blumbles. Kill them all.
Oh yeah, he was going to. Nobody steals our ship.
Where to next?
or Arden.
Nah, Arden. It's just the ship.
Yeah, nobody steals our ship. I mean,
Oh yeah, and Arden. Well, Blumbles was
No one
drunk. He may
steals
not
our
even
ship
remember
and our
Arden's
pilot.
even. He's not. He doesn't even know if he's on the ship or not. Blumbles, because he was drunk.
Oh god, there's an armored Rhodian.
Oh no!
No. Please no.
Please no.
hopefully that armor is Beskar.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm like unconscious, so it might be easy to discern. You know.
Where are you going, Blumbles?
Alright, Blumbles is going to slink his way over here, and he's going to peek down the hallway. Right here, and just looking down here as well. Basically just
Perception
doop
check.
doop.
2 difficulty.
Okay. Thank the Force, I have a blue die. Uncanny senses. Triumph again. One threat. I'll say with that triumph, it's crystal clear right now.
With the Triumph, there's nobody that you can see. Is what you're saying.
Okay.
No, I'm
Yes.
asking. Okay. There's nobody heading down towards the turret. There's nobody in the hallway down towards the cockpit. It is clear those 2 directions.
Okay.
Now, with that Triumph,
Yes.
I'm going to say that this door is ajar.
Hmm.
You can see one of a Rhodian. It looks like he's inspecting one of the crates in the cargo bay.
Okay. There's another one. He mumbles to himself. Mumbles. And seeing that guy, Blumbles is going to slink his way down this hallway. That's not really a tight squeeze. That's fine.
A stealth check.
Oh yeah, let's see the Wookiee stealth.
What was it the last time? A purple and a red?
Yep.
Purple and a red, sir.
Okay. Bring it on. Let me move these out of the way. One success.
You make your way down the hall.
Stealth.
Unbelievable.
He's like a cat.
I was taking a drink, dang it.
From your perspective, where you're standing, you're not seeing anybody heading down towards the escape pod, and you're not seeing anybody, in this direction.
All right.
But you can't see completely into the cockpit either.
Okay. Mumbles is going to make his way right here and peek inside the cockpit.
There is a Rhodian sitting in Arden's chair. No, you're upside down. You're in and it looks like he's, going over the status of the ship.
All right. Is Arden laying right there?
Yeah, I'd say he's slumped. Maybe not right there. He might be slumped against this side.
Okay. Blumbles seeing that, he's like, ugh. And he's gonna creep up behind this fella.
Lightsaber through the chest.
Should I make him do another stealth check?
Probably not. He got this far. Guy apparently doesn't know he's there.
All right.
All right. Blumbles is going to do the same. Well, not do the same. Yeah. Screw it. Arden can live with the hole in the seat. He's going to cover his mouth.
This time I'm actually going to need you to make a check for it.
Stealth check? Okay.
Not the stealth. Well, I'll give you the option. Because this is a stealthy moment, you can either use a stealth check or you can attempt to use a lightsaber combat check.
Okay. Lightsaber combat would be easier since I have three dice with that. So I think I'll do that.
Lops fucking head off. Throws the head at the other guy. Knocks his head off with his head.
Is this medium, engaged, or what?
It's melee to melee, so it's 2.
Okay. Let's do this.
Where are you rolling?
He's rolling on my side.
Oh no! Sorry.
Well, you got 2.
Keep it, just keep it.
Success.
I'm keeping it. 2 success.
Yeah, 2 successes enough to. How do you take him out?
I'd say he just comes up behind him, crouched, and then he puts the lightsaber up to the seat and just right through the chest.
The guy's like hitting a computer thing, and all of a sudden, it almost hits the control console because of the length of the blade. And he sits there going, "What?" He like turns his head around. And he sees like the hairy shoulder. He's like, "Why?" He just kind of slumps back against the seat.
All right, that's another one.
Another one bites the dust.
Man, I hope these guys aren't like. I hope these guys aren't like charity workers who hate the pikes.
Oh man.
Oh, they tried to kill us. It's only fair.
Yeah, there was a bomb involved, so
LA almost killed Bortuna.
Blumbles might not be 100% aware of that bomb at this point.
Indeed, he is not. It's more like, hey, he stole a freaking ship.
He was flying away when the truck exploded outside of the ship, though, right?
And
Yes,
I was
but he
kind of
already like.
Of course, he might
was
not.
already
know
he was quite a distance away.
He might not know.
He was
there was a
probably
bomb.
more focused on trying to hold on, trying to stay holding on to the ship as it's flying away,
And then there's
than actually noticing that the
exactly
truck over there exploded.
And then
A lot
there's
of
the
wind in
general
his ears.
wind and the sounds of the ship and everything like that.
He's already killed 2 of them at this point, so
Too late for apologies.
yeah. He thinks they're charity workers, then I guess it doesn't really matter.
Blumbles, after dealing with this dude, he deactivates the lightsaber once again, and immediately goes over to Arden and sets him like upright against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right. Come.
Slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, he actually does. He like gives him a little slap. He's like, come on, Arden.
I have a helmet on, dude.
Yeah, he's not responding.
He's a Wookiee. Doesn't matter if you have a helmet on or
Well,
not.
that is true. But
Wake up, damn it! Snaps neck. Shit.
Arden dead.
Blumbles grabs him by the shoulders and starts shaking him a little bit. Arden, get up.
Hitting his head
He is unconscious. He is knocked out. With the armor on, you can't tell if he's dead or not, but it doesn't look like he's been wounded.
All right. Damn it. All right. He's actually going to search over Arden. I can't remember if Arden... Yeah, Blumbles may have been there when he picked up his med kit. I can't remember.
We were all in the.
Yeah.
You know what? I would say that the med kit is nearby. Like, he had taken it off when he entered the cockpit in order to get the lift lowered to get the cargo unloaded.
Okay. Blumbles is going to open it up and look around. Not for a stim pack, but like kind of a booster.
Yeah, it's got
something like that.
It's got something like that. Smelling salt pack or some shit like that, yeah. Give me a medicine check. And this one gets a blue die because of the pack, right, Arden?
This is the emergency pack.
Yes.
Not the first aid responder med pack. The better one has the blue die. This just has no penalties.
This has no penalties attached to it, so you don't have to worry about like physique and shit like that. So, let's make it a 2 difficult.
All right, what's my medicine? 2 difficulties.
You know what? I'm gonna take. It's just gonna be a 1.
Okay. 1 success, 1 threat.
Arden, you are
yes.
roused. Let's say with 5 strain remaining, as the Wookiee has your helmet kind of lifted, tilted up, and he's like waving some really smelly shit in your face.
What's going on? Oh, what are you doing?
What?
What happened? Why am I on the floor?
Bortuna's fucking dead, man. Fuck up. I don't know where Chabba is.
Oh, no, exactly. But Blumbles is going to gesture toward the now dead Rhodian in the chair with the hole in the seat. Some guys hijacked our ship. I think they knocked you out. Well, I don't think they did. You all right?
I just hold up one finger. I just hold up my hand with one finger. I told you so.
Yeah, get up.
Arden. That's exactly what he would do.
Like I told you so.
You got your weapons on you at least.
Do I?
Give me a perception check at 1 difficulty.
Do it. Do the perception.
Hey, nice.
3 success, 1 threat.
You are stripped. You have no blaster. You have no carbine. It looks like they even took the knife.
No.
All right. Let's see what these guys have. Blumbles is going to go over in the seat, spin the seat around, and see what...
You see a dead Rhodian, you know, kind of slumped back against the back in the chair, and it looks like there's a nice hole through his chest, through the seat.
Sorry about the leather, by the way.
I'll inquire later.
But Blumbles is going to search the guy, see if he has any... Well, let's see if he has any weapons. I've killed 2.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Arden.
Well, yeah.
No, I was just asking, like, how many were there?
Well, I've killed 2. One of them's in the storage closet, and this is the one I killed last. I think there's 2 more. I saw one in the cargo bay. I don't know where the last one is.
The 4 Rhodians that came with.
Seems like it.
My head hurts.
As you search the Rhodian, as you have this small, hushed conversation, you do find Arden's blaster on this particular Rodian, as well as a DL-44 heavy blaster.
Ooh. Blumbles will take them both and say, "Looks like this guy had some sticky fingers," and hands him Arden's blaster and the DL-44.
Huh?
I'm not really good with these, but there you go.
Thank you. I am.
All right. It looked clear in the lounge, but I guess we can go to the cargo bay next if you want.
Give me a perception check to difficulty, both of you.
All right.
Perception check.
Two success, two advantage.
All right. Blumbles time. Nothing on my end.
As you two are handing the equipment over to Arden, you hear footsteps coming from down the hall.
Okay, I ready whatever. It's like I ready one of the blasters.
Let's just say your blaster,
Yeah,
because I gotta
mine.
dig out a
Yeah,
DL-44.
I just ready my blaster to.
What was it?
You start hearing a questioning tone in Rodian as he comes down the hall. I'd say he's maybe about here. As what sounds like a questioning tone is coming down the hall towards you guys.
What's the plan?
Okay.
Blumbles is gonna take up position, I guess, right here. Like I assume there's like a little wall here.
There's no cockpit door. That is
Okay.
open.
All right. So does this just like actually just curve in like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just curves in like that.
Okay.
What would I do? What would I do? You know, can I just round the corner and just shoot at him?
Sure, you may. I'll even let you have the surprise.
Oh boy.
I would say it's short range. He's not wearing any armor, so he wouldn't get any black dye. You would not get any black dye on the shot.
Oh, right.
Nice.
5 success, 1 threat.
Boom! Headshot.
He is dead as fuck.
It's just like I just round the counter. Phew.
So it's on top of boom.
All right. Loud and proud it is then.
The ship definitely resounds that shot throughout.
Ow.
What you doing?
Okay.
Because you're in the hallway now.
Let's see. I will move down to here and kind of like hug this wall to see if I can see anyone in this area.
You guys should try to keep the last guy alive, strip him
That's,
naked, and drop him in the middle of the desert.
Blumbles is actually gonna say, "Leave the last one alive."
Give me a perception check, Arden, because you are technically at the front.
Okay. I think that's the same roll. What difficulty? 2 or 3?
Because the door was only slightly ajar last time I mentioned it.
Yeah,
you
Ooh.
can. You're gonna take a point of strain on that one though. So, yeah, that's not good. You can see into the cargo bay area, and you can see a Rodian moving towards the door and then kind of slide to the side of it.
Cargo bay.
All right, that's what the last one was.
You want to go in and grab him? And I'll move in behind you.
With pleasure. All right. Do we do initiative for this, Cypress?
No.
Okay. All right. With that, Blumbles will make his way past Arden and doop 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 doop. Basically, make his way against this door.
Are you being quiet or are you being loud about it?
Let's try to be quiet. I'll say Blumbles is like trying to be the surprise
check.
because he doesn't have a right.
Stealth check. 2 difficulty.
Okay.
Oh no, It's not 2 difficulty. It is 2 reds.
Oh boy. Oh, that makes sense. Oh wait, what am I doing? I need 2 reds. Come on, baby.
Holy fucking shit.
2 success, 2
Success, 2 threat.
Wow.
Blumbles needs to be a ninja. What the frick?
The force is strong with this one.
You move
Oh
up,
yeah.
You move up to the wall right next to the door. You're pretty sure you did it quietly.
All right.
What you doing?
He's basically waiting for Arden's signal.
Alright, okay, let's see.
He points at himself and points in the door.
Yeah, I'll just like nod, like go for it, and I'll move up behind him.
All right. Blumbles is going to. Well, the door's keypad activated, I believe.
It's partially ajar. It is keypad activated, but it is partially ajar, as I've stated.
All right. Okay. Blumbles is going to use a free arm to push the door open a little bit, not much. Just enough for them to squeeze through. I assume it was ajar enough for them to go through, or was it just ajar enough for someone to see inside?
Ajar enough for somebody to see inside. I would say they could squeeze through it. You
No.
definitely need to open it more to squeeze through it.
All right, Blumbles will just like push it open a little bit more, probably where it's about halfway open right there. And after that, he's gonna take up position behind the door, wait for Arden to have his blaster at the door.
All right.
When he does, he's gonna.
Just a second. Just now
Okay.
I gotta. Okay. When you open the door partially, he basically shoots you in the hand.
Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen.
He did score a hit with it, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
This one you made a little bit too easy for him to do much about, you know?
Yeah, I've got 6, so it shouldn't be terrible, I hope.
Well, that's what you hope. I'm trying to find the damn DL44s. Do they not have a DL44? Am I making a mistake?
No.
Alright. Well, I'm going to call it a PB08. Because it's just what I got on me. So that is
DL44.
7 damage.
Alright. It's a lot at the soul.
Well, I think it's even the wrong pistol. So.
6. Alright. Ah, damn it. And, yeah. With that, he's going to whoop. Just make his way in, and if he sees the dude, then yeah.
He just shot you in the hand. He's right around the corner. I mean, you literally slid the door open to, to get access to the door, into the cargo bay area. So he's took a shot at your hand. You step through, and he's sitting there. He's just got the pistol in hand. He's just bringing it to take another shot at you.
Alright, Blumbles is going to kick him in the chest. Try and get him down on the ground.
Brawl. 2 difficulty because it's melee.
Okay. 3 yellow with 2 purple.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, upgrade one of the purple.
Alright.
Well, I mean, he's right there. He's expecting the counterattack. He's got his pistol out and ready.
Yeah. Okay. 4 success and 1 threat.
Yeah, one threat. So, pink on the strain. You kick the dude squarely right in the chest. How much damage does that do?
I think it's just your brawn rating, right?
I believe so, because you're not using any modifiers or anything. So.
That's just 3. Wait, no. No, was it?
You're wounded.
No, this is John.
You're wounded.
Yeah.
You deal +1 damage. Wookie rage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 4.
He is kicked squarely straight into the corner. He is knocked. Like, he's not down. He is not out for the count, but he took that hit. Now we can roll some initiative.
Okay. Initiative. I believe that is your...
At this point,
Vigilance?
because everybody's... Yeah, it'd be vigilance.
Okay. Vigilance is a 1 for me, actually.
1 what?
1 green.
3 success, 1 advantage.
1 success. Lucky to get that.
Alright. PC slot. Who's taking it?
Good question.
Stomp him in the balls. Right in the balls.
Blumballs.
Sorry.
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 I could stun him.
Yeah, you could. I'd go for it.
You got a stun setting. It's just a stun setting. Click. Fire.
Yep.
He's pretty much engaged, so...
What is engaged with ranged light? 3 difficulty?
It is 2 difficulty with a black die. Melee versus ranged.
Okay.
Oh, is this a ranged heavy or a ranged light?
Ranged light.
So it's just 3 difficulty. I was reading it the wrong direction. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh.
Eesh.
That is not
Wow,
good.
really?
Really?
4 failures, 3 advantage.
Yikes!
Dang.
NL.
Force the target to drop a melee or ranged weapon it's wielding.
Can he drop a wrist-mounted blaster?
Is it wrist mounted?
The Rodian's not using a wrist mounted.
No, it... I think it's towards me, isn't it?
No,
No,
you can
I
force
would
the
aim.
target. You can force the target, Arden. You got the 3 advantages.
Oh, the 3 advantages. I thought... Oh, I guess in my attempt to stun him, I hit his gun and maybe knock it a little bit away from him. Or knock it out of his hand.
Okay. He has been disarmed, but Blumble's kick is what caused the shot to miss. As you were setting up your shot, he kicked, pushed the Rodian just back just slightly enough. Your shot took the pistol out of his hand. Meow.
Meow.
Enemy slot.
Okay.
He is now disarmed. He's looking at the Wookiee. He's looking at Arden. He sees the easier target, and he's going to attempt to go through Arden to get out of the ship. What is your athletics, Arden?
Mine? 2 green.
2v2. You and him are now kind of wrestling between each other in the doorway. He's trying to bum rush his way through. You're not letting him past you. It doesn't happen. He got 2 advantages on the overall, so whoever attacks him next has got a black die attached to it.
Alright.
He's wrestling with Arden, so let's...
I put him right in the doorway.
Blumbles swings his lightsaber like a broadsword.
Oh no, there goes Arden too.
That was too close.
Finally,
You were
we're
almost an
free.
Arden sandwich.
It's like, finally, we're free of him. His controlling nature.
Yay, now we can all die in peace. PC slot next?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, seeing this gathering in the doorway, I assume Blumbles can take it, right, Arden?
Huh?
Blumbles can take the PC slot?
Yeah, you could take it.
Okay.
I was gonna suggest you could just, like, grab him by the shoulders and throw him back against the
That's
wall.
what I was gonna do. I'm gonna grab him by the shoulders and throw him this way.
Okay. Give me a brawl check.
Okay.
It's melee versus melee, so you know. But I'm gonna give you a blue die because he is technically facing away from you, and you get a black die because of his advantage.
That's fine. Let's see what goes
That's a
on.
lot of dice.
It's a lot of dice. Nice. 2 success, 2 advantage.
1 advantage.
1 advantage.
Oh, 1 advantage.
Still. Yeah. Yeet. Right into the wall, makes this big satisfying clang. You know, and he just kind of slumps onto the ground. He just kind of looks up and, where did you come from?
Where did you go?
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Blumbles just cracks his neck and rolls his shoulders back. Let's just say I have my ways. Why'd you steal our damn ship?
Now this is going to be his discipline. What are you using to do this? Are you coercion, deception, negotiation?
Good old, I will literally rip your head off your body with my bare hands.
Coercion.
Only that was intimidation.
Yeah, if it was intimidation, I guess I'm coercing him with my Wookiee body.
You just grab his head
I'm
and you kind of squeeze.
I'm gonna give you a blue die simply because you have thrown him against the wall.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
gonna be 2 difficulty.
Okay, let me check my coercions. I know it's not 3.
1 green.
It is 1 green indeed.
I have your sheets pulled up and ready tonight. I can look at all
Thank
kinds of
you.
crap.
2 advantage.
Your voice kind of breaks on the question.
What are you doing here? Sounds like a Wookiee squeak.
You can feel the little burp with the aftertaste of the Tatooine sunrise on it.
Oh, it's even better coming up.
The guy kind of looks at you and is just like, I don't gotta tell you nothing. Arden,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna kind of poke in and just point my gun point my gun at him. Tell us now.
You think that's the first gun I've had pointed at me this week?
No, but I'm pretty sure this is the first time you've seen one of these. And he like steps forward, points the lightsaber, ignites it, and pretty much has it like a foot away from his face.
You guys aren't supposed to be like that.
This isn't how you play the game.
This isn't how you play the game. It's the you're supposed to help us destroy this, not join them.
How about you tell us what we want to know before I take a few steps forward?
What do you want to know?
Why'd you steal our ship?
We got a heads up on a good fast YT 2400 carrying our supplies. We were told that you'd be easy marks.
Who told you exactly?
I don't know his name. He's just some Deveronian.
Blumbles just looks at Arden. Guess you were right, Arden. Again.
When will we learn?
Never.
Literally,
You guys
I
guys
just look at
easy
Blumbles.
flop.
I wasn't going to say it this time.
Oh boy, Bortuna almost gets blown up. Hey, you guys want to go find another job?
All right. Blumbles still pointing the lightsaber at him. What's really in those cargo crates? Spice? Imperial spaceship parts? The hell are we carrying?
babies.
You're not there.
Jawas?
Yeah, I was telling Bortuna, you're not there.
But if I was, that's what I'd ask.
He ran, hobbling, shard of truck in his side, just waiting to get you. I was making sure that the seals were intact. I'm not supposed. We're just delivery guys, just like you were.
That didn't answer my question. He takes a step forward.
Yeah, it is maybe 3 inches from his face at this point. I don't know. I'm not paid to look at him. Like I said, I'm just making sure that the seal's intact, making sure nobody got into him.
It's so hot.
I think it's warmer than I thought it'd be.
Why are my pants so warm?
Blumbles looks to Arden. That sound good enough to you?
Who are you taking it to?
Yeah, it's a better question. Why'd you drive out in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, this is the waypoint we're supposed to transfer to a different ship to take it to Chabba.
Oh,
Oh, now we know where to take it.
To who now?
Chabba. He's the hot outside of Mos Eisley.
Alright. Blumbles deactivates the lightsaber.
You can feel the wash of relief out of this guy.
Alright. Blumbles crouches down. No, he's not really eye level. Well, he pretty much is. He crouches down. Here's something for you to know. Your 3 friends are dead. Just letting you know.
He kind of brings his eyes up to yours.
Now, I'm kind of wondering why I should leave you alive. Does that mean he looks at the lightsaber in his hand? These are pretty contraband items, and if the Empire heard someone had one, well, they might not be too kind to whoever has them. And I'm sure they'll pay you a good sum if you told them where one is.
Silence.
So what do you think, Arden?
I just shoot him.
You just cap him just off.
Yeah, I just cap him.
Shit,
it's
I'm not gonna
my
make a fucking
favorite
roll or
Arden
anything.
moment ever.
That's just full on fucking scoundrel. Just
Like cold-blooded, no emotion, no nothing, just.
We're growing on him.
the Rhodian has no face, no back of the head. There's like an outline of skull that's left, and he just kind of slides down the wall.
A nice
All right.
sludge sound.
Nice shot.
Thank you.
Blumbles puts the lightsaber on his side. Alright.
Now, you said there was another ship coming. We probably should move.
Yeah, let's get out of here. We should probably dump the bodies first. We'll dump them. Screw it. We'll just hide them in the cargo bay or something. What do you want to do with them?
I'll let you do that. I'll go get us out of here.
Alright. Blumbles is going to take all the Rhodians and probably place them. He'll just probably put them in the cargo bay.
Okay. There are.
Saving them for later.
Hey, you never know when you might need a snack.
Yep.
It's just like, man, my chair. Just shove them out of the way. Here
By
you
the
go.
way, I cut a hole in my floor. That's how I got in.
Well,
I better go
We
move
can fix
the
it
stuff
later.
out of there.
yeah, go clean your stuff out.
Blumbles take. He
We'll have
actually
to
just
seal it.
he takes all his stuff out, puts it in the lounge, and he actually moves the bed on top of the hole.
Okay. All right. The bed is over the hole. It looks inconspicuous if you were blind.
Wait, the hole's in the bottom of the ship?
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
he crawled into
Yeah.
the ship.
Oh, damn, I thought he got in through the top.
No.
No.
He
He was underneath, cut up, and then climbed in.
and started going full Metal Gear Wookie.
Yep.
Amazing. Just amazing.
All right,
Yeah.
where are you going?
Well, should we head back to... I'm just gonna take us back,
Alright.
I guess. Just to meet up with, Chabba and Bortuna.
You head
Alright.
back to Mos Espa. The hangar that you had originally been in looks like there's a crater, you know, some burning wreckage, kind of where the hover truck was. It's mostly put out. It's basically pulling it out in Baru. It's still smoking. Too soon?
In the timeline, kinda.
So me and Blumbles are like, did you do that? Did you guys do that?
I have no idea.
It's like, I don't know.
Are you landing in the same hangar? You're gonna find a different one.
It'd probably be better to get a different one.
Okay.
Yeah.
You step down. Yeah, you land. I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. This just seems kind of redundant at this point in time. And the harbor master comes out. And, aren't you over there? Never mind. Fitty credits.
Yeah, okay, here you go.
Shit, I should have asked for 100.
It's like, shit, I should have asked for more.
Where are you guys going? What are you up to?
Blumbles is gonna hide the lightsaber in the liquor cabinet.
Okay. I'm just going to, radio Chabba.
I can't answer for Chabba or Bortuna.
He just said he's gonna radio us. He didn't say anything after he did it.
Bortuna. Chabba. Are you guys there?
Bortuna got blew up. It's me. Yo, wait, no. Oh, he picked up. Shit. Give it. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Where is she?
Where's who?
Oh, sorry. This is Cheesehead. Where's Patricia?
I know who it is, you idiot. What? Who is Patricia? Give it back to Chabba.
He wants to talk with you. Ask him about Patricia. Okay. Chabba grabs the communicator. Yeah. I'll tell you later. What's going on? I see you're alive. Good. Good.
Yeah. We're in the hangar next to the other one. So, what happened?
Bortuna got blew up.
So that explains the crater.
Yeah, the Rhodians had rigged the truck to explode.
Did he do that?
No, the Rhodians did that.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna let me keep this when you pull it out?
You hear a in the background.
Oh, jeez, that thing is bigger than I thought it was.
That's what she said.
By the way,
Where are you guys at?
Wait, hang on. If he asks about Patricia again, tell him that, I don't know, make something up. We're at the... Where the hell are we? He looks around the room.
You're at basically a field ambulance.
Field hospital?
Yeah, not a hospital, just an ambulance. You know, it's Star Wars, so it's a little bit better equipped than our current real world equivalents. So
we're at a medical facility, a little bit, well, you know, as medical facility as it can be here, just outside of town here. Bortuna got pretty fucked up by that truck exploding. Yeah, you should see this piece of metal that was in his body. It's actually pretty impressive.
Is he alright?
No.
What? Is he
Why
going
can't
to
I
live?
feel my leg?
Yeah, he'll live.
Take that as a yes.
He will live. Probably.
Oh, that's my arm.
I should probably tell them to put those back where they came from. Hey, that one doesn't go there!
Arden, can I see it?
Okay, yeah, here you go.
He takes it. And he says, Chabba, you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Nothing happened to me at all.
Oh,
I knew I had a bad feeling about those fucking Rhodians.
Yeah, they're not a problem anymore.
Oh, good. You kill them all?
Oh yeah,
Excellent.
working for Jabba.
Jabba?
Apparently,
Jabba the Hutt?
apparently, it's what the last one said before Arden popped him.
Oh, damn. Well, I guess we know where to take the stuff then, eh?
Seems
Or are we going
like
to
it.
keep it for ourselves?
No,
Well, we have a buyer. Well,
we're gonna sell it.
I
I mean,
gotta
yeah.
sell.
We're
How do you
gonna-
think we're gonna fix the hole, Blumbles? Cutting the
Yeah.
hole in the ship to save us, or save me?
You got a hole in the ship?
Yeah,
What
only
is
way.
part of my Leku missing?
Oh, yeah. Part of his leg. Part of those tentacle things on his head got blown off.
Ooh.
I couldn't find them, unfortunately.
Let's
However,
get-
All of a sudden, in the background, you hear, "Look, sir, Leku." You know, from the beginning of Star Wars, one fucking stormtrooper holding up a fucking O-ring. Except it's the blown off part of his Leku. It's only like 2 inches
It
long.
would have been better if he was like, "Hey, look, sir, a thermal detonator." That's not a thermal detonator.
The spark looks like it was caused by a thermal detonator going off.
anyway.
Should we meet you guys there?
Yeah, you get. Listen, there's a bunch of Uber Eats drivers around here. Just make sure to leave your orders on the ship.
All right. By the way, any friends come sneaking around? You know, friends. After what happened?
If you're talking about those green guys, no. As far as I'm aware, they think we all died.
No, friends.
Uber Eats drivers.
Imps.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. They're everywhere.
All
They're
right.
actually the ones who brought us here. Probably the ones who saved Bortuna's life.
Oh, interesting. All right. We're gonna get off here, I suppose. Need to find out what to do with our friends.
Well, maybe we just do something with the dead bodies. I heard Rodian tastes good over the grill.
Don't hang up yet. I need to talk to Arden.
Is it about Patricia?
No.
Okay. Hey, Bortuna wants to talk to Arden.
All right. He hands it back to Arden.
I hand the communicator back to Bortuna.
Hello, this is Cheese Man.
Yes.
I lied. Do you have Patricia?
I just hang.
Oh, that's great.
Hang up. I look at Blumbles. Who the hell's Patricia?
And that's where we will end tonight's episode.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That's a good running gag right there.
Oh man, real talk though. I hope Patricia's okay wherever she is.
Yeah.
Patricia should still be in Bortuna's bag.
Good, still, babe, but that doesn't mean she is.
You just
Oh,
looked on
man.
him and see. You didn't look for his bag. I don't think.
Good point. I mean, I didn't know where it was, and he was blown the hell up. So
Yeah. There was more important things to take care of.
But yeah,
And we just
I'm.
got you two fixed.
Yeah, we just did.
We need to sell this stuff. We don't have any money.
on the bright side, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Happened to me at all.
I really didn't lose anything aside from part of my Leku, and they found it, so maybe they can sew it back on.
If not, maybe
Mechanical
Red
Leku.
or
cool
blue in
bionic
your favor?
Oh no! Oh.
Chava just gives him a hot dog. He's
Red or
spray
blue in
painted
your
yellow.
favor?
Look what I found!
Okay, my heart says blue, but I'm always wrong, so I'm gonna pick red for my favor.
Oh my god.
Your heart was right this time.
This was the most craziest of crap.
You should have been like, but I'm always wrong. I stick with blue.
No, I kind of like the theory that Chabba brings him. Look, I found your Leku. As the stormtrooper walks up, I found this Leku, sir.
He was actually using
Sophie's
it,
choice.
pretending like it was like attached to his helmet.
Oh god, laughing so much is giving me a headache.
I cannot.
I apologize.
believe this happened. This has just been the wildest roller coaster of emotions I think I've ever been on.
I really enjoyed Solid Shortata.
That was amazing.
That was
It was-
awesome. That was
really awesome.
cool.
That was
Yeah,
against like every odd.
Oh yeah.
That was like
I mean,
when
I had a couple awesome a couple action points as well, just kind of round in the corner. Quick.
Boom.
Oof.
Oh,
And it's just like, what do you say, Arden? Oof.
Bro, that's like the most action Arden has seen since we left the first planet, I think.
Honestly, yeah.
That's the most action Arden has seen since he got a chunk of his ass blown off.
Yeah, that's true.
Good time.
Because after that, I avoided going with you guys.
probably for good reasons, but for bad results.
Yeah.
I had a bad feeling that this was going too well the whole time, but I did not expect it to go like that.
Oh yeah, me either.
I was thinking like, oh, we were gonna get in some trouble. We were gonna have to run. But we still, we do the job and we get paid. But nope.
To think, Blumble said, "Oh, let's leave the trouble of those two." At the beginning.
Oh man, and if Chabba hadn't gotten up and started to follow you guys, holy shit!
Oh, we would have been bricked up.
I'm
Oh
so happy
man.
you guys are ecstatic with this session.
Oh yeah, it was freaking great.
Oh yeah,
Those rolls were amazing all the way around.
Yeah.
Like the improbability of those stealth rolls just astounds me.
Especially when you had the two red.
Yep.
Arden just freaking murking that guy in cold blood at the end. I don't know why. It's so gangster.
It was.
We're the gangsters. We're the gangstars, if you will.
Turns out now this is our application to work for Jabba.
Darn it, Blumbles, you should have done the torture dance.
I was tempted.
I would say that because of our improbable rolls and the absolute monster murking of a Rodian at the very end, I think a good 15 XP around.
Woo!
Hey!
I didn't almost die for nothing.
I didn't almost die for nothing. Technically, for all intents and purposes, you should have died.
Oh yeah, no. I got blessed by an angel.
Yes. I was just like, well, Bortuna's just dead. Like, I'm sorry, Bortuna.
Yeah, I
I was
had
like,
that
Bortuna's
moment.
dead, and I've been kidnapped.
Yep.
I had that moment where I was like, whoa, wait, is this actually happening? And it was like the Gary thing all over again, where I was like, this is too many, like, basically dead scenarios way too close to each other. I need to chill out, man.
Well, see, that's the thing. It was a simple job. Bring it to Tatooine. All right, we got to Tatooine. We go to the bar. It's all right. It just so happened they two-timed us.
Yep.
That's
4 times this.
That's really what it boiled down to, unfortunately. Where you guys go from here is going to build out what happens thereafter, kind of a situation. So, I mean, you guys have this is a fork in the road kind of a situation. You've got some options. You can either deliver the cargo, take the cargo, destroy the cargo, drop it back. I don't know. You guys can do something with this, but you still have the 6 crates, 4 dead Rodians, 2 of them missing heads, a couple more with distinct, recognizable lightsaber wounds.
Oh yeah.
We should have dumped those off in the.
Oh yeah. I wanted to, but you were like, "Oh, we need to get out of here before another ship shows up."
Well, we
Yeah,
could
we'll
have
jump
taken.
on.
We could have. Well, what I was thinking is just like you could have just took them in your room and just dropped them out of the hole.
Yeah. And we'll find a Sarlacc pit.
Well, yeah. Well,
we gotta go to Jabba's palace. We gotta be on the way to Jabba's palace anyways. We could kind of just like go off that way, touch down, throw them out, dump them out, and then just leave again.
So,
Yeah.
so wait. If Chabba hired the dudes, then the Pikes didn't betray us? Question mark.
I think Jabba may have been swooping in on the Pike's business.
I have the plot points in my head. I'm letting you guys conjecture. I'm just letting you know right now. I already know what, where, when, why, who does what.
So here's the thing: if Jabba betrayed the Pikes and
No, I think it was just a set. I feel like it was just a setup for us, honestly.
well,
Yeah.
but here's the thing: if we like, okay, they probably radioed in to their guys, being all like, "Hey guys, we have the shit here." What if like we just fucking leave with the stuff? They're gonna think that the Rhodians are the ones who stole it, right?
Possibly.
The question is, where do we take it to sell it?
Pizza.
Yeah, let's sell it to pizza. Yeah, let's sell it to Pizza the Hut.
Doesn't Pizza have a hit out on you guys?
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't somebody somewhere have got Mandalorians out on us? So we need to be careful about that.
Only thing
Yeah.
we could give him the spice is like a fucking be like, hey, Pizza, here's some spice. We
How
square.
would we get in touch with Pizza, though?
Is it spice in the crates?
We don't
You don't
know.
know.
We're
Hey, we
probably
can
gonna
open them now.
Can you open them now?
Well, I don't know.
Well, Blumbles has a lightsaber, so
It's not against the
Does
rules.
he have a lightsaber?
Well,
Maybe it was all
even
his
the Rhodians were
imagination.
told not to open it, so...
probably not something we should open then, I guess.
Yes.
Well, not when we were following the rules. Then we got
I'm in favor of just taking it to Jabba.
I'm kind of leaning that way too, but I'm also worried that if we go there with what Jabba was trying to steal,
he's also a Hutt. He could probably help nudge our, clearing of the bounty that the other Hutt has on us.
but what if he just turns us in?
Yeah, I was gonna say Jabba's not exactly the most trustworthy.
No
he may
Hutt
be like,
is.
"Oh, you idiots!"
No
So,
Hutt is.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a knowledge underworld check. All of you.
Okay.
3 different.
Are these points finally for something? Oh no, wait. I thought of something else. Never mind. It's not my time to shine.
Flat or like no difficulty?
3 difficulty.
3.
Okay.
Let's see how much you guys
Underworld, did
actually
you
know.
say?
Yes, let's see how much you actually know about Hutt.
Nothing for me.
1 success, 1 threat.
1 threat, 2 fails.
1 success, 1 threat.
Alright, Arden and Bortuna would know this. For some reason, Chabba and Blumbles don't. Which kind of makes sense of why they're indebted to the Hutt. You two know that, for the most part, Hutts don't play well together. They will make alliances, but it's very much stab you in the back the first opportunity I can. So, although the possibility exists that Chabba could sell you guys out, it would be merely to either get a 1-up against Pizza or to pay back something he owes Pizza. If it's advantageous for him.
Yes. Depends on if what we have is really super valuable or not. Or he may just say, "Oh, thanks for giving me this stuff. Hey guys, there's your bounty."
It's like, I see it as just like, you could see it as like, well, you guys, figured out this ploy, still delivered it to me, and even killed the Rhodians.
The world will know when we pursue said storyline.
Yeah.
Any other
I'm not
questions?
opposed to things.
We'll find out as we go.
I just want it to be known that earlier, whenever I found the bomb, I thought I had picked it up and was looking at it, and that's why I wanted to yeet it. I did not realize it was stuck to the side of the Hoodabaflobber.
Yeah, it's detonite.
The most utterly terribly named component on a hover truck, and almost as dangerous as the camouflage.
Oh,
When
no.
I didn't describe it appropriately enough, and for that I apologize. In my head, I had pictured that it was basically like a pack of C4 attached underneath the dash near the firewall of the vehicle,
Gotcha. Okay.
so that when it goes, it takes the whole vehicle with it. I didn't describe that appropriately enough, and that is on me.
That's okay. You were also counting down, and I was like, enter the panic mode.
That's exactly
I love
why
how
I
the
count down.
first, which, granted, given that like he thought he was holding it, makes sense to just throw it.
Yeah, see, that was where I was
But-
like, in my mind,
yeah.
I had picked it up. It was in my fingers. I pictured something
Yeah.
smaller, and I was like, had it, and I was looking at it. So in my mind, it's like, oh, this makes perfect sense. Just to yeet.
But still, I was also under the assumption that he was just sitting there, kind of looking, and found it, and was just like, throw.
What would have happened if he
Instead
would
of
have?
diving out of the vehicle.
What would have happened if he would have pulled out the cords? Would that like have stopped it from detonating, or?
Had he made like a successful mechanics check on it, I would say that would have been okay. Had he done the successful brawn check, I would have said he had dismounted it, dislodged it, and been able to chuck it. Kind of a situation. Had he passed his athletics check, he would have made a mad dash out of the vehicle and taken less damage. He failed all of those.
Failed all of them, and was just like, well, fuck.
I guess I'll die.
Worst case scenario, right there.
Yeah. It's literally, the game wants Bortuna dead, because the same thing happened when he got ejected out into space.
I'm a damsel in distress. What can I say?
Help!
Help me, help! Shoot, I could have pulled Patricia out and had her speak with the bomb and had it reconsider if it really wanted to explode or not.
My God,
You
the
have
counter's going
Trisha
up.
kiss the bomb.
Or it could have multiplied the size of the explosion.
Oh,
Here you go. Mwah, mwah, boom.
mega boom.
I'm tempted to put some points into lightsaber combat. But I'm also tempted to get some more force
I need
powers.
to, before I forget.
Yep, you guys got awarded 15 XP for this whole misadventure. Wonderful, wonderful misadventure.
Yes.
I'm going to end the stream and start getting it converted, so say goodnight to Twitch, everybody.
Good night, Twitch.
Good night to Twitch, everybody.
And for those who didn't show up, you missed a lot. Shame on you.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.